right, Kyle, this is like a kind of one of my favorite subjects. Influencers come sometimes in a great time, a minute, one moment, bam, or a lifetime.
Yeah.
Um, when I speak a lot about this, I talk about my grandfather, him, my grandmother, my mom, my aunt. They immigrated from Kiev decades ago into Canada, and he used to take me for walks in the park in Montreal when I was about 5 years old. And longer story short, which is generally impossible for a Canadian Jewish guy, but we'll go for it. Um, he would talk to everybody. And
Sure.
one day, finally, I called him Zeta. I said, "How do you know all these people?" And I remember him pointing to this man that was coming up to me. He said, I smiled at him, and he smiled back at me, and we started laughing. And then another person came over, saw us smiling too. And my 5-year-old brain, which some of my friends say hasn't matured much more, but again, that's a whole other conversation again. Um, I remember it in whatever way it formulated, saying, "Life's going to be great. I just need to smile at people."
Yeah.
And it's stuck. It's stuck. It's stuck. It's stuck like a lot of things stick. Like that you had those stories too. And so we all have lots of different influencers, sometimes hopefully more positive than negative. But can you share two or three people that have been influential in your life?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, one we talked about earlier, Mark, which is Thad. He's still a close friend and mentor today. It's developed into he's like an older brother. He's 10 years older than me, but very much a father figure in a lot of ways. He changed my life and continues to in many many ways. My grandfather would be another one. You talk about what you
Go back
called
to what's his name again? The first guy?
Thad Dixon.
Nixon. Fad,
Yep.
F-A-D?
THAD,
Oh,
Thad.
Tad. All right,
Yep.
Tad. All right.
Yep. He's a great guy. The second one would be my grandfather, who I called Fuzzy. So he always used to tell this nursery rhyme: Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair, Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he?
Yeah.
And about the time I was 10, I started calling him Fuzzy, and it stuck until the day he died. But he never knew a stranger. He farmed his whole life, was very humble, lived a very simple life, didn't have a lot of riches, but was always very blessed, and he was always willing to tell people, and man, he lived a great life. And so I spent my childhood growing up there.
Sounds like he was rich.
He That's exactly right. That's exactly right in many many ways. So I miss him every day. His actual name was Robert, but nobody will know Robert if you say
Fuzzy's
that.
more interesting.
Fuzzy's definitely more interesting. And then, not to get political or religious in any way, but I can't not mention Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
Based with what I do and how I go about it, I don't think there was any greater example of servant leadership, and that's always my foundation. And so, when you think, everybody always says, they're like, why do you wear a backwards hat? You're working with billion-dollar companies. I'm like, I want to be genuine. I want to be who I am, right? I'm like, what I wear doesn't dictate what I know. And in a lot of ways, I don't ever want to get to the point that I look down on people. I don't believe that I do, but I just want people to feel very comfortable. And I think our calling as leaders is to truly serve other people. And if you
Amen.
do that and you do it well, then the world will be a better place. And so, hands down, those three, not necessarily in that order: Jesus, Fuzzy, Thad, but um, those three, without a doubt, have shaped my entire philosophy on life, leadership, and just caring for people.
And based on what you said, I'm sure they're not mad of the order you put them in. So
I doubt they are either.
I'm sure they're fine right now. In fact, they're probably hanging
Absolutely.
out saying, see where he put me. See?
They definitely will be, for sure.
Thanks for sharing that, man. It was really good.
You got it.